but then Unreal Engine, it's the engine how they created the video game to operate on. So then, if you think about Insurgency, how we maneuver and how we move so fluently, and then how good the AI is, and then how realistic it is, as far as bullets going through stuff, all that's ran on that engine. So
Gotcha.
then it's like it's like almost like if you start it doesn't matter what the game is going to be. If you start out with a good product in the beginning foundation, then even shit's gonna be good. So that's pretty much Unreal Engine. Unreal
Sectors under
Engine,
control.
you start out
Maintain
with
the
that
advantage.
basics model, and you could build Deathmatch Lego,
One of our objectives
and
is under
Deathmatch
attack.
Lego will be a seller because it's ran on Unreal Engine. Like Call of Duty's not run on Unreal Engine. uh Battlefield's not run on Unreal Engine. Battlefield's like what, fucking Frostbite, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's an engine.
Objective
Like
lost. We must regain control.
Gears of War on Xbox, it was good. So the gore and all that is ran on Unreal Engine. So that's why it's those games they're good. They're good because of the engine it's ran on. You know what I mean? Like hands down, like if whatever, like I started researching Unreal Engine, uh, or not Unreal Engine, Epic Games makes Unreal Engine. But I started researching Epic Games, and Epic Games, come to find out, they actually made video games I used
U.S.
to
troops
play
assaulting one of
on
our
PlayStation
objectives.
1 and PlayStation 2. And they like made these games, and even on PC when I was a kid I was like, oh, I used to play this stupid little game, I forgot about that in my mindset. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh,
One of
Epic
our
Games made
objectives
it.
has been lost.
So they developed all these games, and they whatever they started with their foundation 20, 30 years ago, they didn't lose that essence. So now if you jump to our era, you're like, oh, why does this feel so familiar? Why is this so natural? It's because they never lost that essence. And all these other video game companies, they sold out. They sold their licensing, they sold their productions, they sold out and let someone else take over it. And then that feeling of what you used to playing is no longer authentic. Well, Epic Games, they're owned by like one guy. It's one or two guys, and they're not gonna sell out to
Initiating attack on
like a
objective Alpha
board
1.
or fucking a whole team of people that's gonna delegate how they run their video game company. They're like, nah, fuck that. We're ran by one or two guys, and those guys pretty much give the gamers what they want. You know, it's not like Electra, EA. You know what I mean? They're just
Yeah.
doing what they want. They're like, no. They're like, we're gonna make a good product, and then from there, we're gonna let the fans decide. Like Epic
Crossplane.
Games, they've
Shield.
made a few
Controls
video
of fall.
games early on in their career, but that's not how they became big. They became big because of the Unreal Engine. They said, all right, we made these video games, they're cool. It's on this engine that we have.
We are moving on
Now,
Alpha 1.
instead of us becoming a video game company, let's become a software licensing company. So they sold their software, which is Unreal Engine, to everybody. They sold it here, sold it there, and let them create the video game on our stuff. And that's how they made the money, to the point where they made so much money, and then they're like, all right, let's start making video games again. And then that's where they made like the Mass Effect. People love the Mass Effect franchise. They made the Gears of War franchise. They made Fortnite. Fortnite's been one of the number one selling video games. They made you know that Rocket League, whatever, with the cars and all that. They made that game. They made like Epic Games, fucking smart.
Yeah, I watched what do you call it? I watched the new preview, or I played the new preview for fucking the Matrix, and I guess that's supposed to be like their latest fucking processors, their latest fucking engineering development, and people were like, it feels so real. It feels this and that and the other. I didn't, I didn't, I didn't fully get that experience, but I mean, I could see where they're coming from, like, cause it did. There's some parts in it where it did look kind of fucking real. Like, I'm not gonna say that it did, but I guess that's again that just comes down to the fact that uh, they are the fucking top of the line. They said that
We
they're
are about
supposed
to
to be
attack
doing a
Charlie 1.
fucking an update for graphics for Insurgency. So I can't wait till that happens, because then, the game's gonna be a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it already is. It's already good. I mean, hands down, like, I think it's the best shooter that's came out in a long time. I mean, especially the fact that the AI, they give you a run for your money. It's not like fucking Mario where you just jump on the fucking head and, it is what it is. No, these fucking, like, you'll fucking die if you don't fucking get your shit together on the game.
Yeah, no, like they made a lot of fucking they sold their shit to a lot of different companies.
What's our current status?
Like
U.S. forces have moved swiftly to
I'm just
claim the
looking it up right now.
objectives.
America's Army, BioShock, they ran it on. Brothers in Arms ran on it. Desert Thunder ran on it. Duke Nukem, the fucking Forever one, which didn't really do good. Harry Potter ran on it. Fucking Medal of Honor, Rising Sun ran on it. Men of Valor. Postal 2 was a high seller game. Fucking Star Wars, SWAT 4, Tom Clancy Ghost Recon 2, Tom Clancy Advanced Fighter, Tom Clancy, all Rainbow Sixes.
Objective lost.
It
We
looks
must
like a
regain
bunch of Tom
control.
Clancy games. That's like
Our resources are down by
earlier days.
25%.
Fucking, I was just looking at it. Ace Combat's on there. There's a few racing games on there. Batman Arkham Asylum, which is like a top-selling video game.
Right.
Batman Arkham Knights. So the Batman franchise was ran on Unreal Engine. Borderlands, people love Borderlands when it first came out, about 10 years ago.
Right.
Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway, that was a pretty good game. That was ran on Unreal Engine. So Dragon Ball Z's ran on Unreal Engine. Day One survival games ran on it. The DC Universe, which was a free multiplayer, was ran on it. Dishonored, I don't know if you ever played Dishonored. That's a fucking dope ass game. That's ran on it. It's what you could do with it. Gears of War franchise. I really like the Goat Simulator. I do not know why you like the Goat Simulator. Injustice 2's ran on it. If you think about like any game that really like capsulize the whole like body and movement and like some games you play and like you can feel the weight of the character and you're like, all right, this is a good game. The Medal of Honors ran on it. The last Medal of Honor that was pretty good in 2010. Medal of Honor Airborne 2.
Enemy has lost some resources.
Newest Edge, I don't know if you ever played Newest Edge, that was pretty good. Mortal Kombat. The Mortal Kombat are ran on it. See, like, you think about Mortal Kombat. So, Mortal Kombat, the fatalities, and then you think about how the bodies move, the gore,
The enemy has pushed us off Charlie 1.
once you hit the body, and the dismemberment of the body. So now you think of that dismemberment, like when there's artillery is dropped and you look around, you see fucking body limbs.
Yep.
It's because of that.
That's for real shit. It's the same shit as Mortal Kombat. That's real shit.
Yeah. So, they fucking Rising Storm. They made. The list goes on and on. There's so many fucking games. Like, they're. You played Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So Vegas, you like that one, right? That's ran on it. So the list goes on and on. I'm looking on the fucking Wikipedia right now, and there's Unreal Engine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on 5 right now. So that's like all the next generation games. They're gonna be running on this fucking engine, and I think if any like good game that comes out, if I look at the engine and you're like, oh, let's run on it, you're like, oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. It's because again, if you start out, the product starts out good foundation, then the product's gonna be fucking good. Like Darksiders, I haven't played that game, but that's a fucking game that everybody raves about. You know, Dead by Daylight, that's another one. Dead Island, you know. The zombie games that are coming out these days is run on fucking Unreal Engine. And if it's Dragon Ball Z, like Dragon Ball Z's ran on it, is because again, the fighting styles, how realistic it is, this and the other. Like, but Unreal Engine's owned by Epic Games. And Epic Games made Fortnite. They watched everybody else do what they could do with their product, and they're like, all right, let's turn up the heat. And then they had the fucking money, so that's why they made Fortnite free. I think it's because they had so much money. And then, like you said, it was a smart move because now everybody's doing the microtransactions.
Yep. Each shit is at least $10, so $10 times, you know, a fucking billion people.
Yeah,
a billion fucking people, bro. You're and that's just for one skin. You know what I mean? One skin and a couple achievements. Only imagine when people are spending $100 times a billion. You know, so you already made your fucking money back. You're paying your staff good. You're paying your fucking everybody to make sure that the game is running good. You're paying everybody good money. And if not, then, you know, you're still clocking dollars because you're saving money by letting some fucking intern fucking get their experience just to get into the company.
Yep. Fucking Street Fighter 5. I don't know if you play that. That's ran on it. I'm looking at it right now. The new Star Wars Fallen Order, the one I said that I have, but I haven't played it. That's ran on it. Hellblade, Sienna's Sacrifice, I heard good things on that game. The graphics is like, the graphics are fucking phenomenal on that game. Like, that's why Call of Duty looks the way it is, and it hasn't really changed. It's almost like cartoonic.
Yeah.
They can only do so much for like, oh, the sound sounds better, but they're not gonna change fucking how they make their game. And they're like, oh no, we're Call of Duty, so we're gonna stick with the product that we have, and we're gonna work our staff to the bone to make something better. Compared to starting with a great foundation, you can have a mediocre team, and that mediocre team is gonna make a great product.
Right.
Because whatever you decide in this world, like in your brain, you're like, this is how I want my game to run. This, that, and the other. And if your system can't operate to what the hell you are telling it to do, it's gonna have problems. It's gonna have glitches. It's gonna have holes.
Right.
But if your operating system fucking, it's like pretty much the Matrix, and you're like, all right, you want that dress to be red? It's red now. You know, you're like, damn, look at how good that red is. Oh, it's not just red, but it's peach red. It's the red of the blossoms of Japanese flowers. You know, you're like, you know, it's like the mind's in this because you're running with a great product. And then that's why, like, when Cal brought this game, I started playing it, and right in the beginning it says Unreal Engine. I was like, oh, I'm already sold. Already know it's gonna be a good product because I've already had